けろガンダム起動
Did you know? The original Mobile Suit Gundam series wasn't even called Gundam? In fact, the initial series proposal didn't even have mobile suits in it. Originally conceived as Freedom Fighter, the proposed series was made in order to try and grab some of the audience from the juggernaut space battleship Yamato series. Inspired by Jules Verne's 2 years vacation, Freedom Fighter thrusts a group of young people aboard the space carrier Pegasus, who would become a major part of an interplanetary war. At the insistence of the CEO of its main sponsor, Clover, Sunrise added in the mecha element known as the Gunboy, or more correctly, Gunvoy. The name Gunvoy spawned from the 1978 US film Convoy, directed by Sam Peckinpah. Before finally settling on Gundam, the series went through 3 different Gunvoy iterations: Mobile Iron Man Gunvoy, Space Combat Team Gunvoy, and Freedom Fighter Gunvoy. The design for the iconic mecha were based on illustrations of the powered armor from the 1977 Hayakawa edition of Robert Heinlein's novel Starship Troopers. Naoyuki Kato's Starship Trooper designs would later be used again as an inspiration for the 6-episode OVA version of Starship Troopers in 1988. This early design for the mobile suit featured a much more super robotic black and red mecha, but again at the behest of Clover, the design and colors developed into the appearance of samurai armor, equipped with futuristic rifle and lightsabers. The space colonies in the Universal Century are based on the O'Neill Cylinder, proposed space settlements designed by American physicist Gerard K. O'Neill from his 1976 book, The High Frontier: Human Colonies in Space. Another inspiration for the name Gundam, besides Freedom, derived from the Japanese ad campaign for a men's toiletry line called Mandem, featuring U.S. action star Charles Bronson. Director Yoshiyuki Tomino sought to accomplish far more with Mobile Suit Gundam than launch a successful franchise. As with most works created in the post-war Japanese cinema, Tomino attempted to consolidate the conflicting feelings of remorse and national pride inherently felt by most Japanese after World War II. Writer and translator Elizabeth Paul Takeuchi had suggested that Tomino attempted to express a collective atonement of national guilt, end quote, while simultaneously acknowledging the indelible sacrifice made by so many of Japan's youth. And, according to commentators such as social critic Eiji Otsuka, Mobile Suit Gundam served to allegorically evoke the hot-button issue of Palestine and the many conflicts in that region. But creator intentions aside, Gundam had many other profound effects on the anime industry and Japanese culture at large, many of them unintended. For example, as pointed out by the scholarly works, such as Debating Otaku in Contemporary Japan, Historical Perspectives, and New Horizons, Mobile Suit Gundam may be the progenitor to modern otaku culture and even hentai as we know it. Quote, theatrical screenings of the film adaptations of Mobile Suit Gundam were not only marked by declarations of the new age of anime as a mature art form, but also adult male fans taking photographs of the character Sailor Mas during her shower scene, which is credited with demonstrating the demand for and inspiring future creators of pornographic anime, end quote. Commenting on this reaction and the additional ramifications of Gundam from the creator's perspective, psychiatrist Tamaki Saito said in an interview, quote, Tomino didn't expect this reaction. He simply wanted to make his characters more realistic and human, but he inadvertently stimulated desire for a fictional character. Tomino doesn't like otaku and criticizes them, which is an example of an anime director struggling with the legacy of his work. Much like its own political intrigue, Gundam has faced many problems regarding how the series was handled. Episode 15, Kukuru's Doan's Island, was infamously removed from the North American broadcast and home video release by request of Tomino himself. The impetus behind this decision was that Tomino was dissatisfied with the quality of the episode in comparison to the others, which itself stems from the friction Tomino had with the episode director appointed by Gundam's sponsor to ensure that the sponsor's wishes would be adhered to. Thus meaning episode 15 for the North American release was Sayla's Agony, the 16th in the original order. Though the character of Doan would not make another appearance in the anime, he has made his way into the video game aspect of the franchise. Doan is a recruitable character in both SD Gundam G Generation Gather Beat and SD Gundam G Generation Advance. Doan Zaku 2 was also added as DLC to Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme vs. Full Boost. While Gundam has gained an international following over the years, in the beginning it couldn't even finish its initial run. Originally, Gundam was set for 52 episodes, but would be cut down to 39 due to funding pulled by the show's main sponsors and the network. Funding was pulled because, surprisingly as it may sound, Gundam just wasn't being watched and commercially, it was failing. After negotiations, Gundam was able to get 4 more episodes made, with the final number totaling to the familiar 43. But fans never gave up. They wrote into Sunrise, anime magazines, and Nagoya TV, proving that a loyal fan base did indeed exist. And once Bandai took over, boom! Thanks for watching. We're Did You Know Anime, the anime trivia resource. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Facebook for all the latest facts and trivia. I'm August Ragone, the author of Eiji Tsuburaya Master of Monsters, and I am cuckoo for old school anime. I grew up with it, I can't help it. And support Did You Know Anime, because they give jobs to old anime farts.